And please enter your answer to this question. How did I feel after yesterday's meditation session? And by the way, this is a completely anonymous thing, so there is no need to feel hesitant in answering the right answer and exactly how you felt, being honest with yourself and sharing your experiences with all of us. It will help everyone, when we share something like this. How did I feel after yesterday's meditation session? Can we have more answers, please? Okay, I think there are some people who are answering in the group chat. You can actually use this site also, madam, right? Just log in here and you can enter it here. Now, we move on to the next question. Is questions go through, then we'll come to presentation. The reason why I am doing this is so that we can consolidate our whatever we have learned and kind of try to put to practice today in a collective way. This is the third question. What changes did you observe in yourself in the last 2 days? There's a very real reason why we are asking this question, and we will address that in our presentation. It would be nice if you can answer this. What changes did you observe in yourself in the last 2 days? That is, on Thursday and Friday, you basically had this short meditation sessions of about 20-30 minutes. What changes did you observe in yourself? You can put whatever you feel like here. Don't no need to feel compelled. Just put whatever you felt like. There are more people joining. So one person is saying, I felt happy and light, calm. Another person is saying, please enter, peaceful and relaxed. Okay, nice. What else? Felt that meditation could help us be more composed. Okay, so calm, composed, happy, light. These are the words that actually strike me here. Did not feel any better changes, but I felt relaxed. Okay, good. That's a very good start. Happy, calm, and composed. Okay, that's another answer. Anybody else wants to share? Okay, there's one person is in the chat. Miss Veena has said, I felt my anger was in less frequency. Very good. Thanks for sharing. Felt calm and detached. Okay, detached is another word that is showing here. Negative thoughts, hold many more negative thoughts before the session. Now it's reduced into half. Okay, very nice. Any more? Anybody more want to share? Or okay. So basically, this is a small, very, very useful and effective tool, especially when we are conducting sessions online, for people to basically, when we are interacting with, students, especially, it's a nice way to keep students engaged, to basically give us a feel for, you know, one for us to know how they are feeling, and if you want to kind of get to know what is it that they are going through. And two, more importantly, it is for the students to be able to share something. You see, um, in this current COVID crisis, unfortunately, all the students are really, all their energies, you know, typically bubbling with so much energy and enthusiasm. It's all stuck in the in between inside four walls, is it? And these students are unfortunately, they don't have any venue to let go of their all the physical energies that is inside them, the mental creativity that's inside them. All this is kind of locked up, very much like how, when they say lockdown, uh, the students also, unfortunately, their emotions and their thoughts and feelings are locked up inside themselves. And that is actually true for all of us too. We teachers, we trainers, we educators, in for us also, all our emotions are unfortunately locked up deep within ourselves. This locking up of emotions actually creates a lot of clutter in the mind. And I think that is something that we would have gone through yesterday in our session, as to how they keep building up in the inside, the clutter inside us, and how one can declutter themselves. Now, let us go through a short presentation that I have here. Welcome, everyone. We are going to go through this very short presentation on today's topic. We call this connect within, or connect with the self within. And there is a very simple but deep concept in this idea of connecting with the self. And we will talk more about it as we go through today. As the very first thing, let us all completely relax ourselves. Take a couple of deep breaths. Bring ourselves to the present moment. The idea here is, while the body is here in the present with us, the mind unfortunately keeps wandering between the past and the future. It is not here at the present. It's not with me, you see. It is constantly thinking of something that has happened in the past, or it is thinking of something that is yet to come in the future. And the mind, when it is not with the body, with everything that is here in the self, as we say, it is very ineffective. The idea of meditation and any of the tools that we are offering is basically to bring ourselves completely. When I say ourselves, there are two words there. There is the I, and then there is the self. They are two things. Bringing that whole entity together into the current present moment. We say here and now, right? You would definitely want, for example, you are conducting a class and students in front of you, let's say about 50 students. You would obviously expect, you would demand that those students are with you, body, mind, and spirit, completely with you, in listening to everything that you have to say with respect to all the information, all the, let's say, whatever subject it may be, and for them to absorb and grasp the concepts. And that is possible only if the person is present in the present moment. As a matter of fact, that is how this concept of taking attendance comes in, right? Attendance is to show that you are attentive and you are present. And that's why we say present or absent, right? Just by saying from the mouth present is not enough. Am I physically and mentally present? Am I here and now? So let us use this just a minute, 30 seconds. Take deep breaths in and deep breath out. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. In, out. It immediately helps the mind to come to the present moment. By closing our eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths in and out, immediately come to the present. It's a very, very simple tool that you can use in your classroom for all the students. And most importantly, you can use it for yourself as well. Before you enter into a classroom, imagine you kind of make yourself centered, make yourself present, and then walk into the classroom. It will be a world of difference from a wavering mind to a centered mind. This is fundamentally what heartfulness tools helps us to achieve. So with this relaxed state, let us move on to the next question, next slide. We will do a quick recap. From my understanding, in the last 2 days, we have learned 3 simple tools: heartfulness relaxation, heartfulness meditation, and heartfulness rejuvenation. These are the 3 tools that we have learned. The idea is to how these tools can actually help us build resilience. And when we say resilience, we are basically talking about flexibility. The most important component of resilience is flexibility, is the ability to adapt. And why do we need to adapt? We obviously need to adapt to a changing situation, to a situation which is undergoing some change, undergoing some transformation. And today's COVID crisis is one such change, right? And to such a change, we have to adapt, we have to be flexible, we have to kind of figure out how we can go about our day's work and our lives to adapt to the situation and flex ourselves. I mean, that's where the word flexible comes, right? Flex ourselves in the sense it's not just flexing the physical muscles, but it's flexing the mental muscle also. As a matter of fact, many people say mind is also a muscle, right? You keep using it, it keeps getting stronger. It develops more and more capacity. The mind's capacity is almost like keeps on growing as we use it more and more. There are a few more people joining. I'm just admitting all of them in. So this idea of having a resilient mind, a mind that is flexible, a mind that can adapt to any situation. It is not just that it can adapt only to good and easy situations, but to any conflicting situation, a situation when the mind is put under stress, put under duress, put under conflict environment. How can it adapt and evolve is what we are trying to achieve through these practices. And that is the real key of heartfulness meditation. And we learned these 3 tools. So let us try to consolidate all this and apply it, put it to practice in our lives. What you see here is a tree. You might have seen this. Some of our people might have used this presentation or this particular slide. But to me, it is a tree symbolizes evolution, growth, life, flexibility, resilience, plasticity, all these things. and I am sure all of you will agree to it right away when I say this, how a simple thing like a tree actually symbolizes everything. What you see here on one side is the soaring branches, which is the only thing that we see with our eyes. But we all know that the tree is only as high or tall as its roots are deeper. That is, typically, if you take any tree, if you measure its height, and almost always this is true. I mean, there are some trees which have shallow roots, etc. But mostly this is the case that the height of the tree matches the depth of the roots in distance, almost. The trees will have to really go deeper into the ground to fetch the right need of necessary nutrients that allows the tree to grow further up on top. So nourishment for the tree comes both from above and from below. While what we see is unseen that gives life to the seen. And this unseen, as we say, is what is hidden inside us. You see, what we see are us human beings walking this planet, you and me. But what is not really seen are these hidden qualities and characteristics that are inside me, which make me behave in certain way, which makes me act in certain way, which makes me react in certain way, and it also makes me think in certain way. Those are the things that are inside me, the qualities, the characteristics, the values that I uphold, the dharma that I hold on to, the skills that I possess, the emotions and feelings that are present inside me, the thoughts and its roots that are embedded inside me. All these actually manifest as actions and reactions, as emotions and thoughts when I interact with other people. It is nothing but a reflection of what I am. So this concept of, once we understand this, that everything that I do, that I move, that I kind of interact, that I relate with outside me is only a reflection of what is inside me. Then we begin to give importance to the inner life. This is fundamentally the key aspect of heartfulness. What we basically try to accomplish is to give life to this inner life. Let me repeat that. That is actually the most crucial aspect of heartfulness. What we are simply trying to do is basically to give life to this inner life, which in turn will manifest in its own way when we interact with the outside world. So by turning our attention inwards, so many of you may have this question, why are we closing our eyes during meditation? Can we not do it with open eyes? This is only one simple reason. The reason is we want to turn our attention inwards, not our eyes inwards, right? Eyes can only see out. But my attention, when I say attention, it basically talks about the attendance that we spoke some time back. This attention, I want to turn it internally, inside me, like this, right? For me to achieve that, I am simply cutting off all my external interactions so that I can tune myself within. This tuning within helps us to connect. If you remember in our little olden days, we used to have what is called as a radio, right? Unfortunately, we have digitized so many things. But the radio used to have a small rotating, it used to have two rotating things. Some of the older people in this meeting will immediately relate to what I am talking about. There used to be a larger knob and there will be a smaller knob. The larger knob is fast tune. It will help you to take you to, let's say, around 98 degrees FM. And then there used to be a smaller knob, which is fine tuning, right? We used to rotate that so that you can exactly go to 98.3 FM. And when you fine tune yourself, when you fine tune that radio, only then you are able to connect to that channel and listen to the audio. Same concept, exactly the same concept applies here in this inner approach that I'm talking about, where we are tuning ourselves by bringing our attention inward, slowly tuning it, fine tuning it using the smaller knob, if I may say so, connecting with the self. This connection is what we are going to talk about today. Okay. All right. Before we go to it, I want to consolidate day 1 and day 2 for us. This will help us a lot. There are 3 points in each of these days. Okay. There was a method that we learned on how to do that tool. There was a purpose behind it. It is not a purposeless, just hey, let us meditate. It is not like that. There is a very clear purpose with it. And that purpose has a clear result. It is a result-oriented practice. It is an outcome-oriented practice. So, the method was relaxation and meditation. How did we do it? It was very simple. We just gently relaxed ourselves from the feet all the way to the top of our head. Then we brought our mind's attention to the heart and we just rested there. Very passive. It was a effortless focus that we did for our practice. That is the method. The purpose, why did we do it? Did we ask ourselves that question? We did it because we wanted to connect with this heart. That tuning that I was talking about. Simple. Meditation is nothing but to connect with the heart. What is the result? By doing that, we all would have experienced this. We experienced stillness, calmness. In the Menti survey that we just went through, most of you said relaxed, calm. We used all these words there, right? The result of meditation is simply that. We experience stillness and calmness. In day 2, we did heartfulness cleaning or rejuvenation, as it would have been called. How did we do it? In a very similar way, just like how we sat for meditation, we sat for this also. And we imagined that all impressions are leaving us. The thoughts and impressions that are cluttering the mind, they are all going out through the back. This is the practice that we did for the rejuvenation or cleaning. What is the purpose of doing this? The purpose is to remove the impressions or the blocks that hinder our connection with the heart, right? All these cluttering thoughts that is there in the mind, it is the only blocks that actually hinder us from connecting with the self. The purpose of this cleaning is to actually remove those blocks. What is the result? Again, it's a result-oriented, an outcome-oriented practice. We experience simplicity and lightness through that practice. While meditation gives us stillness, calmness, ability to center ourselves, cleaning helps us to get away from heaviness, become light and simple. This is basically what we achieved. Today we are going to talk about how do we remain connected with the self. That is, one of the person, I don't remember who it was, he or she had mentioned that during the meditation it was nice, but afterwards I was back to normal. Today we are going to say how we can actually retain and nurture that inner connection with the heart. That is, it is pretty much of no use to having had such a nice experience of meditation, but throw it all away immediately after it. We would like to savor and experience that centeredness. That is, let us say, before I go into a classroom, I meditate for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes, and I become centered. Now, when I go into the classroom, I don't want to get all angry and emotional and get into that commotion, state of commotion. But I want to remain centered during the entire course of the class. I may not be meditating at the time, but I want to stay in that meditative state. So there is one which is meditation, which is just a tool. But then comes the idea of remaining connected, remaining centered, to retain that state of centeredness, of calmness, of relaxation in all my natural day-to-day activities. While I'm eating, while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm working, while I'm interacting with my children, while I'm teachers or you are actually presenting to your students, during any of these various activities, I would still like to remain centered, calm, relaxed. Throughout the waking state, now you see the beauty. We could do this even during the sleeping state. It is possible. It is just a matter of tuning the mind. It is nothing more to that. What does it mean to remain centered during sleeping? It's a beautiful concept. When something like that is possible, our sleep will be much, much, much more deeper. Because it does not matter how long one slept. What really matters is the quality of sleep. And if you go to any doctor, he or she will very clearly say that to you. The quality of sleep is more important than the hours of sleep. So if you're sleeping even for, let's say, 8 hours, and if you are constantly twisting and turning in the bed, it's called as a shallow sleep. You see, the mind is still at the beta state or alpha state. It does not go to what is called as the delta state of sleep. It is just twisting and turning in the bed. Now that sleep, if you undergo even for 10 hours, you wake up the next morning, you will wake up tired, you will wake up lazy, you will wake up restless. But even if you sleep for 6 hours, but have a deep sleep where the mind goes into this state of REM and NREM, non-REM and REM motions, where it actually reaches a state of delta state, is what the science says, even for a short period of time, that sleep will actually be much more rejuvenating. So it is possible to achieve those through these practices by actually having, the more centered I am, the better my sleep will also be. And this prayer meditation we do, okay, what is prayer meditation? Prayer meditation is this fourth tool that we are going to talk about. We do it just for a few minutes. I mean, 5 minutes is also way too much. It's just a attitude. It's not the act. It is just the attitude. We do it first thing in the morning when we wake up, so that the waking state is in that state of connectedness with the self. And we do it just before bedtime, so that the sleeping state is in that state of connectedness. That's all. So we do it 2 times. Just before going to bed, remind yourself of the short prayer meditation for a few minutes. First thing when you get up in the morning, do it for a few minutes. And you can see a beautiful difference within a week or two in your waking state as well as your sleeping state. This is a very nice quote here that you can kind of use for yourself. I nurture myself so that I can nurture others. If I don't nurture myself, how can I help others? So the prayer meditation, as we call it, connecting with the inner self, it has 3 statements of fact. We just mentally recollect or remember these 3 statements of facts, as we by closing our eyes and just remembering this. I would suggest you can maybe just note this down. or just walk through with me. The first statement is we are setting the intention. We are going to connect with our heart at all times. We want to be in tune with this highest potential that is within us. This is our first statement. That is, I am setting my intention, what I really want from this prayer meditation. I want to remain connected. That's all, right? So that is the first. The second point, or the second step, or the second statement is to identify and resolve. What does this mean? We first set our intention or our goal. The second thing what we are saying is we want to resolve that I want to achieve this. That is, I want to identify any hindrance that may be blocking me from achieving, and I resolve that I don't repeat that same mistake again. I am entitled to make different mistakes, but I am not entitled to make the same mistake again. That is, if I scolded, let's say at my home, my son, for whatever anger it may be, I burst out of me, out of an emotion. I can make that mistake once, but not the second time. I take a resolve that I will not do it a second time, that I will not repeat the same mistake again. Now I may be doing different mistakes, which is okay. For every mistake, I take a resolve that I will not make it happen again the second time. The third is, it is a simple concept of humility, where I seek guidance, that to really achieve this, because it's not that easy, like I said, right? To take a resolve like that, that I commit one mistake, I will not do it a second time. It is not that easy. So I seek guidance. Now, where does this guidance come from? It does not come from outside. It comes from inside me. I understand that the guidance is inside me. My heart is my guide. These are the three simple statements of facts. Before going to bed, I simply walk through these three statements of facts in my mind by closing my eyes and meditating on the meaning of this, what it really means to me, by taking that resolve that we spoke about, etc. And same thing I do as the very first thing in the morning when I get up. For just 1 or 2 minutes, I walk through these three statements of facts: setting the intention, identifying and resolving, seeking guidance. These three things as the second thing, as the very first thing I do in the morning when I get up. And I keep doing this so that my waking state and my sleeping state is well established by remaining centered, by remaining calm, by remaining connected with myself. This is fundamentally what we are doing. By doing these practices of meditation, cleaning, and prayer meditation on a regular basis, a permanent connection with the heart is established over a very short period of time. This is basically what heartfulness aims to achieve. This is the fundamental achievement or goal that heartfulness wants to achieve for each and every one. We are not in this for our benefit. It is for every individual person. A permanent connection with the heart has to be established for each and every one, whoever is going through this practice. When a person has that permanent connection with the heart, such a person is aware and conscious. It is not that easy, to remain aware and conscious is an amazing achievement. It shows the expansion of the mind, that a person can be aware and conscious. The person is in tune with nature. He or she is in tune, right? Like we talked about tuning of that radio, is able to achieve, maximize the potential. Potential is inside us. To maximize it is my prerogative. I have to do that. I have to work upon it. A person who has a permanent establishment of connection with the heart is able to maximize the potential. With minimum input, achieve maximum output. You see, I think engineering professors here will be able to relate to me, mechanical engineers, right? That there was this idea of this, I forget, perfect engine or something, right? Where with zero input, how to achieve 100% output. Of course, that is not possible uh, in the practical world, but minimum input, maximum output. This is fundamentally what we want to achieve. So with this, I would like to take a short pause and hand it over to Sriram. Mr. Sriram will walk us through the meditation now. We will do for about 15-20 minutes. Sriram, are you there? Hello?
He's there, sir, but I don't know.
Okay. All right. So his phone is muted. That's okay. So Sriram is here. Now we want to walk to meditation session. Okay. I think that is one of the main reasons why we all came, right? Let us take about 10-15 minutes to go through our meditation session. I request everyone to gently, close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. We are starting meditation. Quickly relax yourself, like I said in the beginning. Take a few deep breaths. Bring yourself to the present moment. Bring your mind's attention to the heart. Rest there. Imagine a source of light is present in the heart. And this is attracting your mind towards itself. Just close your eyes, allow yourself to get pulled into yourself. This is what this inner connection will help us achieve. Simply close your eyes, bring your mind's attention to the heart, hold on to this one single idea that there is a source of light present in the heart. Rest your mind on that thought. If your mind wanders, it is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. It is the nature of the mind to wander. Slowly, through practice, it becomes more and more regularized, more and more centered, more and more calm. So, when the mind wanders with any thought, just ignore that thought and bring it back to this idea that there is a source of light in the heart. We'll do this practice, continue to do it till you hear that's all from us. Continue this practice of meditation. Please start. We will continue this meditation for some more time. Gently keep your mind on the heart with this idea that there is a source of light present in the heart. Ignore any thought, any other thought that may arise. Continue this practice. The meditation practice is all about resting the mind on one thought. And here we are bringing it on the heart. We are resting it on the heart. Let's continue for 5 more minutes. That's all. Keep your eyes closed for another 10-20 seconds. Just try to observe how you're feeling now. We did this session for about, I think, meditation for about 15 minutes. Just mentally note down how you are feeling now. Has it really brought about any change in your mind, in your mental framework? And you still have that Menti questionnaire that we did initially, if that is open. I am taking you all back to that. This will be our last thing before we wind up for the day. Just visit the site www.menti.com. MENTI, you can see it in the screen now. www.menti.com. Enter this code 137692. Enter the code 137692. There's a simple question there. It tells you, it asks you to choose a suitable word that describes how you are feeling after this meditation session, whatever we went through just now. How are you feeling? Choose the right word that is given there. And I suggest everyone to please visit this link. We can wait. Just quickly go into your browser on your phone or your laptop. Visit this www.menti.com and use the code 137692. I can see slowly that people are entering some values here. It's good. I suggest everyone to please try this. Just visit this link and share how you're feeling. This will clearly show to all of us what we collectively went through today in this session as well as in this meditation. Just quickly visit the site www.menti.com. Enter this code 137692 and enter choose the right word that describes how you are feeling today, how you are feeling now, more than that, how you are feeling now after this meditation. So if you have entered this value in this, I think we can you can dial out. Just a last one last thing for me to say. You see, we have done 3 sessions as of now, right? But nothing can be a change, a transformative effect in just 3 sessions. Obviously, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes the right attitude in all of us. So I would strongly suggest that we practice this at home by ourselves. just for a few minutes of meditation at home and see how that day goes by. Try this prayer meditation that we spoke about as the very first thing in the morning and the very last thing before going to bed. And try the rejuvenation practice in the evening. Now, all these are available in our website. You can visit our website at heartfulness.org and get more information. There is an app called Hearts app, Hearts, Hearts app. You can download that and connect with the trainer online. It's like the Uber of meditation in a sense. You can in live connect with the trainer just by logging in using that app, and it's a very powerful tool. You can just download that app on your phone. Whenever you feel like you need a meditation session with a trainer, all you have to do is just log into that app and say you want to meditate with a trainer. And from anywhere in the world, a trainer, a heartfulness meditation trainer, will connect with you online, and you can. Um, I think with that, I would like to bring this, my presentation to an end. Over to you, madam, if you have anything to share.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And it was a very nice session, sir. So last 3 days, we had a different experience. Um,
Good.
as you first is finding our inner self, and then how do you overcome negative emotions, and then a different thing is how to find the answers for yourself. So there is one saying, no, sir. I think இப்ப நம்ம ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு தொலைச்சதை வந்து தொலைச்ச இடத்துல தேடினாதான் கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்றது. So something like that. This is like where we get lost and find ourselves back through this meditation. I believe it so. So it was nice. And over to Lakshmi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, it was a wonderful session, sir. I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, how can this menti.com, Mentimeter can be used for used in education, sir?
Absolutely. A lot of schools are using it. Colleges are using it. You can try it out. You can go to mentimeter.com, log in. You need to create an account.
Okay.
And you can, actually, there is a free service and then there is a paid service.
Okay.
The paid service it's not too expensive, I think. I forgot how much it is, but it is, you can get it for your entire college and
Okay.
give that access to many people. And then you can go in there and create such type of interactive questions with which you can roll it out on every session that you conduct.
Can we frame the questions, or is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all this I only did.
Okay.
These are all just questions created by me, and I put them up here. And you have various types of questions. You have multiple choice. You have, scales. You have a word cloud. All sorts of choices are there.
Okay, just we need to share the code with our students to.
Every session that you create, the menti.com will create a code like this for you.
Okay.
That code is valid for a few days.
Okay.
And then you use that. Basically, you share that with your. So, for example, if let us say Monday morning 9 o'clock is the class where you want to use this, you can create the survey like Sunday night, for example, or even Monday early morning, and share that link with all students. Even in that Zoom link or in Google Meet, when you're conducting for the students, you can share it there itself.
Directly, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Nice, sir. This is a nice one which we have learned today.
Yes, absolutely. It's also a tool. You see, this is just nothing but a tool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To know the psychology of the students and to know their pulse, it is a very valuable tool.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this wonderful session, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Meena ma'am, for helping us in hosting this session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Meena ma'am was very supportive right from the day we gave this proposal. She was keen in delivering this program, and she took a lot of effort. Thank you so much, Meena ma'am. On behalf of Tagore Engineering College, I really thank you on one and everyone behalf. Thank you, ma'am.